ओम सदाशिवसंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I'm sure people remember what we were doing last time. Page 161, right? We completed half of it. Half or 3/4 of it. The main argument being that the use of I for the body, etc., is gaunam. The argument comes from Prabhakaraha, the Purvamimamsa, the first portion of Veda, because all of them know that Deha Vyatirekta Atma Asti iti. Because when I am doing a ritual to go to heaven, I know the body is being left behind. So unless I accept first Deha Vyatirekta Atma, second Pramanyam of the Shastra, third Ishvara as a deity at least, as the deities that are invoked, minimum these three, you cannot do a ritual. But you are taking that Atma is Karta Bhokta. That is one drawback. And for Gauna Prayoga, what is the most important fact necessary? To say this man is like a lion in battle. Okay. What is the minimum requirement?
You should know the qualities of both.
Qualities, yeah. What else? More than qualities.
Vastu Bhedaha, that what is man and what is lion.
You should know very clearly the difference between the two. You should know both. Unless you know both, how can you compare? Whereas when you say Deha Vyatirekta Atma, you don't know. You don't know the Atma clearly. The Atma is not known clearly. It's more like a postulate. Body is known. Therefore, it cannot be a Gauna Prayogam. It will have to be a Mithya Prayogam. Now, when you say Mithya, people use it even though they don't know it is Mithya. When you see a snake on a rope and jump or move away, you are not knowing it is Mithya, but the fact is it is Mithya. So to understand something as Mithya, that you don't have to know. The fact is Mithya is clear. It is Mithya all right, even though you may not know it as Mithya. Factually it is Mithya. And your learning comes from understanding it is Mithya. Is this point clear up to now? Any questions, clarifications? Last class we was not there. We had a break. So thoda memories has to be joggled.
Not very clear, sir.
What is the aspect you are not clear?
This snake is mithya.
Even when you mistake it, is it Satyam or is it Mithya? I mistake a rope for a snake.
Okay.
Is that snake real? Even when I am mistaking it.
No, snake
Exactly.
is not real. Yes.
So even though I take it as real, factually it is Mithya.
Okay.
Similarly, when I am taking body etc. as me, factually it is Mithya, whether I know it or not. It is not gaunam because I don't know the difference. Gaunam, the word gaunam can be used only when the difference is clear. And why is this insistence on using it as gaunam? Why do you think the Pravakara wants to use it as gaunam and not mithya?
To give validity to all the karmas.
Exactly.
Which is,
The validity to the karmas will come only then. Clear up to now or any other questions? Questions shoot. Because I don't want to go forward unless this part is very, very clear.
Validity to karma,
Yeah.
Mita said, how it will come?
Because it is real. If it is gaunam, it is real. Na? The lion is also real, the man is also equally real.
Man is also real, yes.
So the karmas are also equally valid.
Okay.
So for that sake, he is insisting it is nothing. Because remember, for all of the karmatas, karmana to moksha.
Yes.
Moksha is by karma. And moksha is apekshikam in our viewpoint. Because going for some beatitude experiences. You are having a break in heaven. People want to take holidays all the time. One holiday is in heaven. Because earth you are covered more or less. You have been to Egypt, you have been to Bali, you have gone on an Alaskan cruise. Abhi kya baki hai? बहुत जगह बाकी है, but whatever.
Okay.
कैलाश भी बाकी है. Oh, but that's too difficult. Not really. It's the strength of the bhakti that carries you through. So, all these beatitude experiences are what is taken as moksha, if karmanaha moksha. So, actually, it's an extension of samsara. Why? You're experience hunting. One highlight of samsaritvam is experience hunting. You want newer and newer experiences. Why do you want all these experiences? Because you feel good about it. That means you're looking for fulfillment through experiences. Isn't that what you're doing? And if your standard of living goes up, you will hunt experiences more. Our time when we were young, a flat was sold as a flat, an apartment or a home was sold as a home. Security, this, that, etc. Those were the reason. Now it's all about experiences, amenities. I have seen so many gated communities with huge swimming pools, etc. 400 flats, 5-6 people in the pool. Even if you are taking single ownership, 1% per flat, there are 400 people. 1% is in the pool. But the experience. You are looking at yourself through the experiences and saying, I'm great. I'm feeling fulfilled. Samsaritvam. Hey, I'm not saying if you can afford a swimming pool in your house, don't put it. I'm not saying that. All our Kerala houses, when we were growing up, we all had pools. Only we didn't call it a swimming pool, we called it a pond. Everyone had a bath and a pond only. Every house, village house had a pond. In fact, more than one. My house had a pond for us to have a bath, etc. A separate pond for washing utensils, etc. That type of stuff. And well water for clean water. Life was luxurious. Yeah. But looking at it, you are looking any experience hunting is samsara. So the Mimamsaka also becomes that only. Samsaric one. Is religious samsaritvam, that's all. Yeah. The only good thing is acceptance of Ishvara is there. Therefore, it's easy to shift that mind into Karma Yoga. But it may not be easy, in my experience, to shift that mind into moksha. Why? Because the karma orientation is too strong. Very few minds like that shift into moksha. Because that is a habitual pattern. You are so used to that. So clear up to now? Shall we go ahead? Okay.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
in the last class we had also discussed about this Sahajam, Karmajam, Bhrantijam, Tadat. So to understand the Sahajam, Tadatmyam better, is that what manifests as the Aham Vritti? Is that Sahajam, Tadat?
Sahajam Tadatmyam manifests as Aham Vritti. The conceptual I. Even if it is, because wherever the mind is, consciousness will be manifest. Because the mind can move only in consciousness, not without it.
Yes.
So the mind is sentient all the time because of the consciousness present there.
Okay.
That is Sahajam, natural. Karmajam, that mind with this body. Brahntijam, to take body as me. And that is the issue. That is the only thing that's the problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Now he is concluding that in that verse which we still have to see on page 161. Tasmat mithya pratyaya nimittatvat sharirattvasya siddham jivito api vidushaha ashariratvam. That means what? All shariratvam, taking the body as me, is mithya. Okay. Mithya pratyaya nimittatvat. It's a mithya pratyaya. Because unity of experience. If two things are taken as one and you are experiencing it as one, it is mithya. Okay. Na gavanam. Okay. Jivitaha api vidushaha of shariratvam. Therefore, even when he is alive, the wise person is free from shariratvam. Why? It's purely cognitive. I know I am limitless consciousness, not this body. That limitless consciousness is being manifest through this body, that's all. Therefore, ashariratvam exists even while you are living, because that is a fact of the Atma. That's the true nature of the Atma. Okay. And he says, Tatha cha brahma vidushaya shrutihi. Now he is quoting a shruti for it. Okay. Tad yata hinatvarthayani Valmike mrutah pratyah sta shiyete evamedam shariram shete ataha ayam ashariro amritaha aprana brahmeva teja eva. The quotation tatha cha, okay, ahani, a snake which has left its skin on an anthill. Okay. It left its snake on an, it can leave it anywhere, okay. Ear is given as an ant. Okay. Is there aham pratyaya on that snake skin for the snake? It is molted, had grown a new skin, left the old skin. Is there aham pratyaya there? He says similarly, ashairattvasya siddham. Okay. Mrita prayata. Shiyate eva medam sharira chete ata ayam ashairatve mrita. So say similarly for the wise person, this sharira is being dropped. Figuratively it has been dropped. Cognitively it has been dropped. Not literally. If literally on realization, if your body is going to drop, nobody will want to learn Vedanta. They'll say, sab kuch sikhao, tattvamasi mat sikho. That last bit, leave it. When I am ready, I'll come and tell you. No. Even while living, aishariratvam. Okay. Prano brahma eva teja eva. Why? Because the prana, the atma you are taking is Brahman eva. Now, this may be a little extreme example, but it is true. The body is not you anywhere. It's exactly like, some people live in their car. I've seen people like that. The car is their secondary house. All sorts of stuff is there in the car. Especially youngsters, it becomes a big thing. The car becomes a surrogate house. They're literally living in it. All the stuff is there. In fact, when they're going out and the parent will ask them, where are you going? I don't know. We'll take the car out and we'll see. Why? They're not yet decided where to go or what to do. The car is their meeting place. 3-4 people meet up in the car and then they decide what to do. So you're practically living in the car. Okay. All your important stuff is kept in the car. Gym clothes, change of clothes, this, that, everything is in the car. But even that person, does he take the car as himself? Does he take the car as himself? No. And if the car is total in an accident, thank God, my bach gaya yaar, I can walk away. Same way for a wise person. You are living in this body, yeah. You are not living, manifest in this body. So certain things are going on. Pashvadibhischa avisheshad. Remember, don't forget that Adhyasa Bhashya. It's almost like a sutra. This goes on. No big deal. No big deal. Now, because of these statements, people think you have to feel like that. Only that is moksha. It's cognitive, understand that. It's not experiential. If you are experiencing I am not the body all the time, that's a dissociative thing. It's a psychological issue. It's cognitive. You know you are not the body. You know the body is only an instrument. You are losing it as an instrument. And therefore you will take care of it. What's wrong in taking care of it? You take care of your car, no? Even aesthetically, you will take care of your car, isn't it? Too many scratches, etc. You'll get it repainted, everything. Why? It's only a car, yaar. No, you will take care of it. Why? Keep it in good condition. You keep it pleasant. So similarly, you will do something with respect to your physical body also. Take care of it, etc. It's grooming. Grooming. And even if you have to appear some makeup, etc., what is the problem? It's not hypocrisy. I am not like Sheldon who will say, of course it's hypocrisy. Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, okay? Why? If it is not hypocrisy, why are you using a concealer? I'm sure at least the ladies here know what a concealer is. Men may not know. So, that's not hypocrisy, that's just taking care of it. Your house will take care of it. Putting putty on the house, is it considered hypocrisy? You put putty in it to smoothen everything before you put the paint. Unless it's like in the West, wooden houses, there you don't need it. But if it is brick houses, you need a putty before that. Is that considered hypocrisy? No. Same way here. Just taking care of things, okay? So that because of that you can't say, oh, Shariratvam is there, Ashariratvam. It's what is in your heart. It's what is there in your mind. Then he gives the example further, quotations. Sa chakshuhu akchakshuhu iva. Achakshuhu, there is no eyes. Atma doesn't have eyes. But you're seeing through eyes. Okay. Sa karnaha akarna iva. Atma doesn't have ears, but it is all ears are his ears anyway. By the mithya sambandham. Iti savagaviva samanaha atmanaha eva sapranaha apranaha eva. So even though you don't have prana, etc., there's this thing here. Okay. That means what? Therefore, he says, Smrti cha sthita prajnasya ka bhasha, etc. Second chapter of the Gita. Ityadyaha sthita prajnasya lakshanaya achakshunam vidushaha sarva pravurti sambandhaha asambandhaha darshayati. For the Atma, there is no sambandha with any pravurti. What is another statement in the Gita that highlights this? That there is no connection with any karma, etc.
Swamiji, karmanya karma yaf pashyet.
Karmani akarma yaf pashyet. Akarmani cha karmaya. That is the crux there. Doing or not doing. I am akarta bhokta. Even though I seem to do. Mithya pratyaya.
Swamiji, naiva kinchit karomi iti.
Yeah, naiva kinchit karomi iti. That's another one. Navadware pure dehi sukham aste. I'm sitting in this body, in this 9-gated city. Naiva kuruvan na karayan. Neither doing nor causing anything to be done. It's important to see both aspects of it. Not only you as akarta, but all karma that you are doing is mithya, because the satyam and the mithya has a mithya connection here. Your life is all based on the mithya connection. Okay? Satya nitya mithani kritya. The satyam and mithya is avidyena mithani kritya. By ignorance, it is mixed up together. Is there something called the body? Experientially, yes. Is it other than existence awareness? No. What are you? Pure consciousness. Then what is the body? Manifestation of consciousness. Now look at it. Body is manifestation of consciousness, your consciousness. But you are taking the body as a separate entity or not? That sense of separation is what mithya. The sense of identification is what? Mithya. Are you seeing that both places the same issue is coming up? The sense of difference is mithya because there is no real difference. Is there difference between water and the wave? But when you are identifying with the wave, that is also mithya, isn't it? That means what? There is only water, there is only consciousness. Now you are going and having a cup of tea. Huh? That means what? All the mithya connections come up. So the thing is, in this life of experiences, can you bring in this knowledge? The more the mind is ready, the easier it is. Yeah. That's all that is there. So, the problem of this understanding is not lack of pramana. It is lack of preparation of the mind. Tasman na avagata brahma bhavasya. For one who has understood what is Brahman, that knowledge, yatha purvam sansaritvam na sansaritvam. Like before, samsaritvam cannot be there. Because he is living in this body, experiences will be there. Samsaritvam will not be there. What is the difference? Samsaritvam creates a sense of finitude, a sense of limitation. That is samsaritvam. That will not be there. Even if a desire manifests, that desire is not coming from a sense of finitude. Not coming from a sense of finitude. It's coming from your background of the mind. It's coming out of the fullness that you are. Why? Because you're experiencing life in a finite manner. No? So that is part of that experiences. Example, singing in the bathroom. Are you singing to please someone? Someone asked you to sing. Hey, please sing. I'd like to hear you sing. Okay. Then you're singing to please someone. Or you're singing to please yourself. Feeling low, yaar. मैं थोड़ा गाना गाएगा, अच्छा लगेगा. In the shower, when you're singing, you're not singing to please somebody else. You're not singing to please yourself. In fact, if you think people are hearing, you'll keep quiet. If you want to please yourself, you'll sit somewhere and sing. In the shower, you're singing just because you're happy, everything is fine. Along with the clothes, you have dropped all your rolls, etc. And out of that joy, you're singing. The song bursts out of the fullness and happiness. Same way, a desire can come like that. Out of the flow. And we have experiences where our sometimes desire comes up in your mind without a sense of finitude. Just like that. Garma beda hai. Arey, Sunday, didn't go to the class also in the morning. By evening I'll have this. Let me go for a walk and come. Though Sunday I don't do my regular walking. One day break रहना चाहिए ना exercise. But थोड़ा घूमने का. Why is that desire coming from? Not as exercise. Sunday is your rest day. So it's not coming out of any consciousness. It's just like that. Chuma. I will say in Tamil, na, chuma chuma. Just like that. Sorry, chuma in Hindi means something else. Very simple. So you put on your kurta and all, open the door, a friend walks in. Hey, I am sure you'll be at home on a Sunday. Come. Let's sit and chat, have a cup of. What happened to the desire? Non-fulfilled. की फर्क पाइंदे दृष्ट सुखम दृष्ट दुखम will be there, meaning for appearances it is there. One of my students comes and tells me, Swamiji, yesterday my mother passed away, so what am I going to do? Where is birth, where is death, what am I been teaching? I will say that. Only an idiot will say that. Oh, that's unfortunate. She went early, before her time. I'll pray for a Sadgati. What way can I help you? I'm there for you. These are the statements you will say, na? Because that's a grief that has to be psychologically handled. In the class you will say, neither birth nor death, which the person will try and bring it into your life, but right now the shock of death is too much, the grief of the death is too much. Psychologically handle it. She is still a student, not a wise person. So even when a wise person, two wise person, let us say, meet, and the wise person says, I lost my mother yesterday. The other wise person is going to say, what is he going to say? Where is birth? Where is death? You are a wise person. Why are you talking like this? Then you can't have any conversation. Why? You can't say, I'm going for a cup of tea. You are a wise person. What tea? Akarta, bhokta. You are not a bhokta. Why are you drinking tea? Then the conversation will be like two Mahatmas walking on the Ganges bank. Both are walking, silence. Silent companionship. One guy says, Other guy says, don't change the topic. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. You are living a normal life. Be as normal as possible. So that is, the state of wisdom is not dependent upon anything other than your, what is here, what is here. This has come here, fine. What you know has sunk into the heart, fine. Therefore, yatha purvam samsaritvam will not be there. Drishta dukkham, drishta sukham will be there. You go, your student calls you for Bhiksha at home, and the lady has really, whole day she has been busy cooking, making elaborate dishes. Swamiji, you have come after such a long time. So you enjoy them. Swamiji, do you enjoy all this thing? Enjoy what my cooking? I'm already full and complete. What different does it make? Believe me, in front of me, if a wise person says that, I will empty all those things on top of his head. Appreciate the fact that the person made that effort. This is normal human behavior. We all know you're fulfilled, okay? We're just giving you a different experience. Karthik knows that well. When I go to UK and I spend a day with him, half the time we are going somewhere for a meal, and he's not taking me to an Indian place. Hey, Indian food I have every day here. Give me a burger or something. No, maja aayega. At home it is different. Yeah, going out. Unless you are a creature of habit, you want to carry your teplas with you all the way to Switzerland. That is conditioning, that's samsaritva. And if you are making a virtue out of it, it is orthodoxy. Anyway, that apart, samsaritvam we are talking about, okay? Why? Because these are all the manifestation. What is samsaritvam, what is not samsaritvam, you have to understand that, okay? Yatha purvam na aso avagata brahma bhava ityadi. And conversely says, if yatha purvam samsaritvam is there, that means avagata brahma bhava is not there. That brahma bhava has not come to him. He is shrutam brahma, but natu avagatam brahma. He has heard about Brahman, but he has not made Brahman a fact of his life. Clear up to now? Okay. So now to make it a fact of your life, that part will come in the next one.
Sir, one word is not very clear.
Which one?
But page 161.
Okay.
Last but one line. Samana, amana. Amana, what is it? Last but one line on page 161. Towards the end. Samana, amana, iva.
Samanaha, okay. Samanaha amana iva. Amanaha, no mind, but as though there is mind. Samanaha, yeah.
It is not Atmana.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so that is what I was
Yeah.
confusing. Take it.
So now the question is, how do you own up the knowledge? Okay. How do you own up the knowledge? Because that part will clarify before we come to the next para, which is talking about Shravana, Manana and Nityasa. So how do you own up? Where the pramana works. Okay. Where the pramana works, in Shravana Manana only you will clear up. But you need a mind. See, this is where the problem comes in. You need a mind where this knowledge can happen and this knowledge can be retained. That's why athato brahma jignasa. Athaha sadhana chatushtaya sampannanantaram. After having gained the sadhana chatushtaya. So that becomes predominant. Okay, how will we gain the sadhana chatushtaya? Pariksha lokan, examine life. In other words, you live a life. Samji, can I get all experiences? Nobody gets all experiences. You get some experiences. All experiences nobody can. It's a famous modern thing now, you know. Like one child went missing. In a locality, a child went missing. So mother was distraught. I said, Amma, I understand, we'll find the child. How can you understand? You never had a child. I said, I understand enough to find the kid and get him back now. Why? Because we understand loss, isn't it? You understand loss. Your 10-year-old girl who's playing with the doll will understand that loss. When the doll breaks, she cries as though you cry with your child is gone. Human experiences are not all that different. And we did find the kitten. Okay, I found the kitten. But it is said in anger, so I can understand. Doesn't help. An argument doesn't help there. Finding the child helps. So this is a modern thing, that unless you have gone through the experience, you can't understand. No. Pain is pain, you can understand. Grief is grief, you can understand. Finitude is finitude. But you need some base experience to work on and extrapolate from there. Therefore, pariksha lokan, examine life. So a life of karma yoga automatically comes in. Of course, how are you going to, if you want to examine life and grow, you need those attitudes of karma yoga. Ishwararpanam, prasada buddhi, etc. You need to have some desire. In fact, your desires itself is a symbol of your growth. No? At 10 years old, I wanted a balloon. At 15, I wanted a cricket bat. At 15, if I want a balloon, what does it mean? At 25, I want the share market balloon. The desire also is a sign of your maturity. No? And how you handle loss is also a sign of maturity. Balloon bursts, you cry. Share market balloon bursts, you cry. No maturity. So to cultivate that maturity, the Karma Yoga Buddhi comes in. Then people will generally say, a life of sannyasa for nishtha. Yeah, to an extent it is true. To an extent it is true. But what about the Vidhi statement that says, sannyasya shravanam kuryat? After having burnt your boats, taken sannyasa, then you do shravanam. What does that mean? Then the whole nishtha argument goes out of the window, isn't it? Because clear-cut Shruti statement is there. Sannyasya shravanam kuryat. It's called Vividisha sannyasa. Nishtha is for Vidvat sannyasa. So Vividisha sannyasa is also there. Why? You have finished your priorities in life. Why are you wasting time? Sannyasa is a high degree of prioritization. When you don't have priorities left, you spend all the time here. You get it faster. But when you make differences, see, Krishna starts by making a difference. Lokesmin divida nishta pura prokta maya nagar. Two lifestyles I mentioned right in the beginning of creation. Jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam. Very clear cut he says that. Sankhyanam, sannyasinam, only jnana nishta. And others, karma yoginam, karma nishta. Very clear cut. No? Then what is he going to say? Yogam sankyam cha balaha prutagiti vadanti. Children speak about it as different. Ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yap pashyati sa pashyati. Why? Karma yoga is also pursuit of knowledge. Sannyasa is also pursuit of knowledge. So how can they be different? Karma yoga doesn't give you moksha, nor will sannyasa give you moksha. In both the lifestyles, it's knowledge that gives you moksha. So knowledge is important. So it's the pursuit of knowledge. With everything else or without everything else? You're taking sannyasa because a lot of time is available then. You're cutting off roles, you're cutting off your job, this, that, etc. So a lot of time is available. You can have more immersive experiences. Or attend a lot of camps. As a karma yogi, 3-4 days, at least twice a year, so I do. Don't worry, when the ashram comes up, we'll do more. Weekends. So, quarterly. Every quarter we'll have a weekend camp. Saturday, Sunday, easy. The question is, yeah?
Vividisha sannyasa, I have forgotten.
Vividisha sannyasa is for the sake of knowledge you are taking sannyasa. You're burning your boats and saying, Make it or die trying. Yeah. Possible only if you are ready, not otherwise. Dukkham aptum ayogataha. He says that. Krishna is very clear on these things. If you read the Gita, everything becomes clear. Ayogata, one who is not ready. Then dukkham eva aptum. All you will get is sorrow only. If you are ready, fine. Yeah, if you are ready, fine. If a teacher is insisting that without sannyasa there is no nishtha, then there is two things. Either he is speaking to manda adhikaris, or he himself was a manda madhyama adhikari, and what works for him he thinks will work for everyone else. Forgetting Krishna's words. I may have got it like this. That doesn't mean somebody else cannot get it differently. I was married before I take sannyasa, therefore everyone should be married before you take sannyasa. Can you say that? You can't say that. No, that is your experience. Sadhana chatushaye, bas. So, both the lifestyles are conducive for owning up the knowledge. One in terms of preparing the mind, other in giving you the time necessary for it, the freedom from roles, etc. necessary for it. Because you are not spending time on those roles. If you have a job, means 8 hours minimum gone, no? Forget it. Give up a job. Yeah. Marriage, etc. You have to work on it, no? You have to spend time and effort. Yeah. Both ho gaya abhi, chalo. So it is only meant for a high degree of prioritization of this knowledge. So, ekam sankhya cha yogam cha yapashyati sapashyati. So the question is, how much you are gaining the knowledge in your life. That is the important part. Why? Jnanam eva tu kaivalyam. Knowledge itself is moksha. Okay? There is no separateness between jnanam and moksha. All right. Having seen this much, let's go further. Yat punaruktam Shravanat prachinayoho manana nididhyasanayoho darshanad vidisheshatvam brahmanaha. Another puru, last ditch attempt. The last ditch. What does your Shastra say? Atmavare drashtavya, shrotavya, mantavya, nididhyasitavya. Therefore, after Shravanam, mantavyam, nididhyasitavyam is there. No? That means what? First do Shravanam. You understand what is Brahman. After that, mantavya, nididhyasitavya. That anubhava is necessary. Otherwise, you will only keep talking about it. There is no anubhava. How many traditionalists I have seen talking like this? But they are traditional, but they are not sampradaya. There is a big difference between the two. Modern way, first you gain paroksha jnana in Shravanam. Then in the white heat of meditation, you will convert it into aparoksha jnana. Because that anubhava will be there. What is the answer to that, Purvapaksha? In general terms, forget what for the time being, what Shankara is saying here. In general terms, what will be the answer?
Jnanam etu kaivalyam friend.
That means, for an aparoksha vastu, there cannot be paroksha jnanam. For an object in front of me, aparoksha vastu, you cannot have indirect knowledge, paroksha. If the object is indirect, paroksha, like gomukh, then my words can give you indirect knowledge. But if the object is right here, the pen, it will be direct knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. This pen has been going on as an example for a long time.
I know. Yes.
Yeah, it came to me in my first trip to UK. Nisha got hold of a couple of pens for me because I had lost my pen. What happened here? Okay. So from there onwards, okay, 2016-17 onwards, this pen has been going as an example. Useful. Acha. So aproksha jnanam is only jnanam you will get. So in Shravanam, either you will get it or you won't get it. Or you will get it vaguely. Therefore, with the knowledge, that's what he is saying here. Okay? Na, why? Swarupa paryavasana vayam iti. Manana and Nidhyasana is meant to clarify your knowledge or meant to do something after knowledge?
Clarify.
Clarify. Because it is not like you will gain knowledge of Agnihotram. By Agnihotram you can go to, alright, I get knowledge. Then I have to do something to get the phalam. No. Mananam and Nididhyasnam are meant to clarify what you gained in Shravanam. They are not meant for something else.
Yeah.
They are not meant for something. Whereas the karma after Agnihotra is meant for something else. It is not meant to understand Agnihotram. It is meant to get the phalam of Agnihotram that will come only through karma. Karma apeksha is there. Whereas here jnanam eva tu kaivalyam. I was not clear about it. Clarify it. Doubt say. Okay. Discuss, debate, remove those doubts. But it is seems like coming and going because integrity is lacking. Okay. Own it up in meditation, Nididhyasana. So both are meant to clarify it. That's why we make the difference. The Uttama Adhikari does not require it. So it's meant more as an argument. If you have all the sadhana chatushta sampannam, if you are, then you don't need it.
So integrity is lacking means what?
The harmony of your knowledge and your living. Your knowledge, emotion and living. That's why I give that example. No? I know street food is not hygienic. But I'll always justify going and eating bhel puri on the road because my bhel puri wala is safe.
Okay.
So we are justifying that, isn't it? So that, it's only a bhel puri. If you want to eat it, go and eat it. You don't have to justify it. Okay. But it creates integrity issues. And our society is like that. We tell white lies. It affects integrity a bit. And living in a society, many men would have experienced this. Your wife wears a dress and says, "Do I look fat in this dress?" You can never answer that question properly. Honestly, you cannot. It's like this 60-year-old woman is standing in front of the mirror and saying, "I'm fat, I've become old." Tells her husband who's sitting, "Give me a compliment, I really need one." "You have perfect eyesight." All the fight will start for the next 10 years with that. You cannot. Can you give me a honest answer? Men have the same issues. I think men don't have those issues. You are such a ruggedly handsome man when I married you. You mean to say, no, I'm not. That time you had six-pack abs. Now you are having full-pack abs. Can you say that? So our society is such that in living some of these things come up. That's okay. So there will always be some gaps. These are all minor things. A few days of meditation will take care of this. These gaps are minor. Major gaps come with a life of adharma, etc. When I'm deliberately lying, cheating, things like that. Those are major issues. These are minor societal issues that you and I suffer from. We all say this white lies. It's okay. That's part of smoothing things in a society. So integrity can take care of that. Some meditation, etc. is enough to take care of that. Other major issues are with major lying, cheating, etc. So there the major issues come. That again back to karma yoga, sannyasa, etc. All those type of things. It's a little bit lifestyle will be involved in it. To reintegrate. There are ways of doing it. If the person is already in an ashram and you can't put him back into the society, etc., then there are other ways of giving that, developing that integrity. One way would be to keep making commitments and fulfilling them. Make a commitment, fulfill them. Make a commitment, fulfill them. Whatever the cost. Small commitment, but make it and fulfill them. That's why culturally the word was considered so important. Remember I talked about Dasharatha. Ye Dashaka Vada hai. Dashaka Vada means it will not be broken. Not Rama's Vada, Dasharatha's Vada. Yeah. Why? There is integrity. She's asking for a boon after 40 years. Kya hai? Raat gaya, baat gaya. Aur kya? Dasharatha could say, I don't remember. You really? I said something like that. I don't remember. He could have said that. Where is the court of appeal? Only both of them were there when he made that promise. When Kaikeyi broke through the Rakshasa ranks to rescue him, surrounded, fighting for his life. After the battle, yeah. Sitting down quietly and talking to each other, he made that. Yeah. And that time she didn't want it. She didn't need it. I have you, why do I need your boons? I'm a warrior princess myself. 40 years later she asked it, because Dasharatha insisted. But I want to give you something. When I need, I will ask. 40 years later. You could have easily said, I forgot. I don't remember anything like that. 40 years, who remembers? Yeah, come on. But he remembered. He knew. Therefore he kept it. That is high. These cultural highlights are meant for integrity. Because that is a major thing. It is not like saying, oh, you look nice. Does the sari suit me? You don't know head or tails about saris. What is a paithani? What is a kalamakari? What is it? Much pata nahi hai. I am such. Between sari and curtain cloth, I can't make a difference. If I am like that, and somebody and my partner asks me, do I look good in the sari? What am I expected to say? Honest, I don't know anything about saris. No, I'll be honest. I'll say you look nice in it. I think you're better than the sari. Which is honest. So that is how you become honest. You know this is a kalamakari, no? Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I have some idea, okay? Don't ask me how I gained that idea. I am in society, okay? Not outside society. I should be able to make out the difference between a Banarasi silk and a Kanjipuram silk. No? Come on. And if I can make the difference, all the men here better be able to make the difference, okay? Yeah. And if you don't know how to make a difference, find a girlfriend, you'll make a difference. Or speak to your wife. Fall in love with her all over again. You will understand it. Okay. Not that it is very important for your spiritual life. But what I'm trying to say is lack of integrity comes in all these. So if you're honest there, not a. But these are simple things. It can be solved very easily. A few days of meditation will take care of it. Major issues, you have to handle it differently. But you have to handle it. Okay. So both Mananam and Vidyasanam is supporting Shravanam. That means it's supporting the understanding. And what you need for moksha? Understanding. It is not that with the understanding you are doing something else. If we had said at the end of it you have to do something else, that's a different thing. After Brahma Jnanam, you have to do these. After Brahma Jnanam, what do I have to do? Nothing. And after Brahma Jnanam, what do you do? Go, have a cup of coffee. Or your lunch, whatever is appropriate. Okay. Good place to stop. We'll see more of this next class. Okay. Om Tat Sat.
Pranam Swamiji, thank you.